Hi everyone, happy return. I hope your day is going great so far. In today's video, we'll discuss the expected rise in benefits you can anticipate receiving if you get Social Security. If you are eligible for retirement benefits. In today's video, we'll discuss the numbers related to SSI and disability benefits, as well as potential changes that could occur in 2025. However, before we do that, dig into the primary topic of today's video. If you could, please consider subscribing to my channel and helping me out swiftly by giving this video a like. I appreciate your support. My video portal. If you haven't already, that's fine. Let's get right into today's video, where we'll be talking about how much of an increase you should anticipate if you now receive Social Security. Advantages: whether you're retired and getting SSDI or SSI benefits. First, however, let's review a few releases of the Consumer Price Index. These will include there will be a few different dates that will be releasing this inflation statistics. So first up this month in August. The next release will take place on August 14th, are going to provide us with the July inflation statistics. The following month, on September 11th, we will receive the August data. And lastly, on October 10th, we will receive the data for September. Understanding the September data is crucial because these are the 3 dates that will be covered. How much of an increase we see will be determined by the next 3 dates. For the publication of inflation, can anticipate receiving the cost of living adjustment. So they will provide the third quarter data, which will once more be issued in August this month, and the data released in we will be comparing the data throughout the course of the next 3 months, starting in September and ending with the data released in October. We will compare the months of August, September, and October to the same precise the cost of living adjustment will be determined by taking the 3 months from last year in 2023 and adding whatever has grown. Various estimations have been proposed, and we will discuss them. The figures in a moment, but first we're going to display this chart, which is the CPI. This is what they utilize for inflation and the cost living adjustment. To put it simply, which is the CPI for urban wage earners and office workers. We can see all the various years up there all the way. This is what they use to calculate the Social Security cost living adjustment. Dating back to 2014, but once more, the most significant dates are those in 2023 that I have indicated, which are July, August, and September. You don't necessarily need to be aware of what these numbers are around 8933, 89822, and 900, 332. Therefore, if we see a rise over those 3 figures for the upcoming July, August, and September statistics that are disclosed throughout the course of the following few months in August, there will undoubtedly be a rise in September and October. As you can already see, the number of 97.6 was recorded in July of last year, which was revealed in June. As long as deflation doesn't occur, as we can already see that 9176 has exceeded the 3 figures from the previous year, there has already been some sort of increase. If we see at least, there will be a cost of living adjustment or raise of some kind for all Social Security beneficiaries nationwide for the release dates of 9176 in July, August, and September. However, by the time September rolls around, we can also undoubtedly anticipate that number to rise, possibly by 918 or even all the way up to 920. In other words, there will definitely be an increase today as well. Regarding the various projections that have been made public, we have likely the most well-known organization, Senior Citizens L, who have produced their own forecasts, which we can see up there once more. The projection for 2025 COLA is displayed on the screen as roughly 2.63%, up from their estimate of 2.57% last month. They had planned to release a revised estimate in August. However, we very much do anticipate that to be between 2.5 and 2.7%, so there won't be much of a difference unless inflation suddenly soars, which I don't really expect to happen. Or if inflation simply drops off in a way that I don't really anticipate happening either. But once more, in terms of how much you can anticipate receiving in the upcoming year, let's stick with the 2.6% figure for 2025. If the cost of living adjustment for inflation is 2.6%, for example, What would it actually imply for you if you were receiving retirement benefits? How might what it would entail for you to obtain SSI benefits? What it would entail for you to receive disability benefits? And what other changes to Social Security would occur in 2025 if these costs continue to rise? Living adjustments hold true, so we're going to go over those figures right now, so you can see if you receive SSI payments as a person up there on the screen in 2024. The maximum benefit you are currently receiving is $943. However, if there is a 2.6% cost of living adjustment, that benefit will increase to $967 at the maximum, or an increase of $24 per month. As for disabled workers, you can see that their average monthly payout is $1,137. If there were a 2.6% cost of living adjustment, that payment would increase by $40. The typical retiree is receiving $1,997 per month this year in 2024 if we do have a 2.6% cost of living adjustment, which would boost those figures. The way up to founder and semi-sellers, and then, eventually, as far as retired workers are concerned, benefits by around $50 per month, bringing their benefit to $957 per month. That is essentially what you may anticipate receiving in terms of your rise for the following year, 2025. Course, that might always fluctuate somewhat. It could always go up or down, but we really don't anticipate many changes. Of course, one statistic we also need to be aware of is the Medicare Part B premium, which is scheduled to be issued in October or potentially even November. Naturally, this will eliminate a portion of the increase that we can anticipate, receive now in terms of some of the additional modifications that we can anticipate to see in 2025, in addition to those cost-living adjustments. First and foremost, the highest taxable income that you can anticipate too. If you continue to work in 2024, you will be required to pay taxes. The maximum amount that you can pay for payroll taxes and Social Security taxes will be displayed on the screen. Up to $168,600 annually, which is likely to increase to around $175,000, you will be required to pay Social Security payroll taxes on the first $175,000 of your earnings. Any amount above that will not be subject to payroll taxes. We no longer have to pay taxes. However, some lawmakers would like to repeal that entirely or require you to pay taxes again after earning at least $250,000. Additionally, Joe Biden intended to increase the $400,000 or more. The retirement earnings test exempt amounts will also increase the following year, most likely reaching close to $23,000 annually where they currently stand. For every $2 in earnings over that threshold, $1 in benefits will be withheld. Additionally, the retirement earnings test will not apply. The amounts for those who attain full retirement age in that scenario are going to change. This year, the annual salary is $59,500. But next year, that amount is likely to approach $62,000, after which, $1 in benefits will be withheld for every $3 in earnings beyond that cap. Lastly, the Social Security disability threshold. Basically, the maximum amount of money you may make while working without running the danger of having your benefits withheld will also be altering in the upcoming year. If you do obtain different disability benefits, there's also a chance that the maximum Social Security payments, which you can receive up to $3,920, $2 each month this year, will alter, to be increased to almost $4,000 per month. Of course, if you wait until you're 70 years old, it might be even higher. Lastly, there's one thing that won't. This year's changes include the SSI resource restrictions, which will remain at $2,000 for individuals, $3 for paired. Despite rising adjustment expenses, this is something that regrettably never changes. These figures have not been linked to inflation, despite the fact that inflation is rising for whatever reason. This is something that lawmakers in Washington want to address, as a bipartisan plan is currently in the works to raise those resource restrictions to $10,000 for single people and $20,000 for couples. After that, they would index those to inflation, meaning that they would always increase. Those are the adjustments that we may anticipate once more. Get it the next year in 2025, as well as the percentage rise you may anticipate getting if you're retired and receiving SSDI or SSI benefits. So I sincerely hope you liked and felt that this video was valuable. That's all we have. I'll see you in the next one.